guys, it's December now, so I'm going to be doing some more Christmas and winter themed videos. At least that's the hope. But I also have a lot of other types of videos that I want to get out too soon. So we'll see how that goes. But today I want to talk about gifting pets. I've been thinking for a little while about people who give animals as Christmas gifts. And I had some thoughts on it, and I also did some research, and I wanted to share those thoughts and research with you so that if you're trying to decide if you should gift a pet this year, you'll have some more information to go over before you do that. I'm not going to end this video by saying it is wrong or it is right. I'm going to let you come to your own conclusion based on what you've thought about and researched and what I bring to you in this video. Every circumstance is different, so it's going to be different for everyone. The holidays are a busy season for most people. This year things are going to look a little bit different, but a lot of times there's travel, there's people having company in their house and all the big meals. Getting a pet is a big change, especially when you're already busy. So that's something you want to think about when you are trying to decide if you should gift a pet this Christmas. Is that person going to be really busy this year for the holidays? Are they going to be traveling? Will they maybe not have the time to pay attention to a new pet during this holiday season? Different types of pets and ages of pets have different needs, and the busyness of the season might affect that even more. Secondly, getting a new pet requires a lot of commitment, especially if you're getting a puppy or a kitten. There's a lot to learn when you get a new pet, especially if you've never owned a pet before. And even if you have owned a pet before, every pet is different. Pets can live for many years, and anyone considering getting a pet must be able to commit to that animal for its lifetime. A lot of animals that have been Christmas gifts are rehomed or abandoned, and I think that's probably because those people didn't think through the commitment and care involved with taking care of that pet. Something came up that was unexpected, they hadn't thought through that specific situation with their new pet, so they couldn't handle it. Thinking about that commitment beforehand is a huge part of getting a pet, and if you're gifting someone a pet, they might not have the time to think that through. The third thing I want you to think about is, who are you gifting this pet to? Now, a lot of times on Christmas morning, it's children that are getting a pet. And children aren't always known for their great responsibility and commitment, so a lot of times the parents will end up having to care for that animal. So in this case, it's the parents of the kids that really need to be able to make that commitment, and you want to think about that and maybe talk with the parents if you're planning on gifting a child a pet. Another person you might be thinking of getting a pet is someone who has recently lost another pet. And this is something you have to be really careful of, because everyone grieves differently, and they might not want a pet to replace the pet that they just lost, because nobody can replace that pet. And having the responsibility of another pet, getting to know that pet and care for them, that could be painful for them. It doesn't always help someone to have a new pet right after they've already lost one. So that's a decision they should make for themselves. When they're ready, they should get a new pet if they feel like they can. Fourth, does that person even want a pet? And this kind of goes along with what I just said. You might think everybody wants a puppy for Christmas, but they might not. They could even be allergic to dogs or have some other reason that they haven't gotten a pet yet. And if you're gifting them that pet, they can't really make that decision for themselves. They've already made that decision maybe, or maybe, again, they just haven't thought about it yet. They don't know if they want a pet. By you gifting them an animal, it's kind of making that decision for them before they're ready. Number 5, what kind of a pet are you planning on gifting? I'm obviously an advocate for adopting, not shopping from a breeder. There are a lot of animals that need homes this Christmas. They're in the shelters waiting, and some of them have been waiting for a long time. Puppies and kittens are probably the most commonly gifted pets because they're cute and they're young and they do funny things. They have lots of energy. But there are a lot of other pets that need homes. Especially senior cats and dogs, they don't get chosen as often as these younger kittens and puppies. Animals that are a little bit older, senior pets or even just a few years old, need different care. They don't need to be house trained usually, and they have less energy, so they're not as hyper and getting into as much trouble. So these can also be great options. Another note is pets with special needs. When you adopt a pet with special needs, that requires even more of a commitment than a regular pet. Don't get me wrong, you absolutely should adopt these pets if you're able to. Disabilities or illnesses a pet could have really need to be thought through. You need to make sure you have the financial ability to take care of any treatment they might require. So like I said, I'm not going to tell you to gift a pet. I'm not going to tell you to not gift a pet. That's up to you, and you know the situation best. I would just say consider not making it a surprise. If you're planning on gifting a pet, talk to the person beforehand. Ask them if they want a pet. Talk through with them all of the things they'll have to commit to. If you're adopting, there's usually an adoption fee. There should be an adoption fee. Your Christmas gift to them could be covering the cost of that adoption fee. You don't have to actually get the animal yourself, pick it out, and give it to them on Christmas morning. Another option you have is to buy that person some of the supplies that they would need to have that pet. So if they've shown interest in a kitten, you could buy litter boxes, food, treats, some toys, things like that, and wrap those items. And if the person decides they can't have a cat, those items can be returned and replaced with something else. And you don't end up with a cat that is needing to be rehomed because the situation wasn't right. So I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comments below, have you gifted a pet before, or has someone gifted a pet to you? What do you think is the right answer for this? Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.